Do you have trouble breathing while you're doing your core exercises? It's so common for us to want to hold our breath to maintain our stability in our trunk. So let's go over in this video things that you can practice, some different exercises to help you kind of correlate that over to other exercises and to riding on your mountain bike. Because we don't want to stop breathing when we're climbing. We want to also have our core working while we're climbing. And so this helps us tie those two together. Hi, I'm Liz. I'm owner of The Ride Life, which is an online strength and endurance coaching for women mountain bikers. I'm also a doctor of physical therapy. So let's pop in to talk more about breathing and your core. Let's start off by you being on your hands and knees. What you're going to do, just relax your abdominals and then contract your abdominals. Feel the difference between off and on. And you'll probably notice that your pelvis moves a little bit too. As you turn it off, you'll probably sag your back a little bit. And as you turn it on, you'll kind of move more towards a flat back. And so you understand what total off and total on means. Now let's add in a breath with this. And so as we breathe in, we don't want to just fill up our lungs, our upper chest with it. We want to use our diaphragm to drop. As it drops, it actually contracts. And so we're using our diaphragm to help us breathe in, which means that our abdominal area needs to expand a little bit. And so as we relax, we breathe in. As we contract, we'll breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. And as you breathe out, try to breathe out through your mouth. That'll help you with engaging these muscles to help you expel the air. Now this may feel different for some of you. Some of you might actually want to fill up your chest with more air. And as you do that, you almost suck your stomach in. And that's because your diaphragm is moving differently and your chest is actually expanding out. I want stomach to expand out whenever you're breathing in the air, and chest kind of stays a little bit more still. In. And you should feel that control through here. You should feel those guys engaging to help you with that stability. Now I want you to think about engaging your stomach a little bit, more so the lowermost part of your abs. You'll breathe in and you'll breathe out. And you'll notice now the top more part of your stomach and your chest opens up a little bit more as you do this. This is the difference between just fully and completely relaxing your abs as you're breathing and controlling and having support for the lowest most part so you can support your low back and you can get your glutes functioning with the rest of your legs while you're riding. So now let's change this and actually make our lower abs work a little bit more. And so we're going to be on our back here. You're going to press your back into the ground just a little bit, not exaggeratingly a whole lot. You're like, ugh. So just a little bit more movement towards that direction. You should feel the outermost parts of your abdominals working through here. And now you're going to take some breaths. And this should feel similar to the last part that you did whenever you were on your hands and knees. You should feel the lowermost parts of your abs working, and you should feel the lower parts of your rib cage expanding with the stomach. This is a lot harder to do. Now let's actually make your abs work a little bit more. So you're going to draw your legs up to tabletop. To keep that low back down, you have to use your abs. Otherwise, you start raising up or you start feeling your hip flexors work. This breathing and your abs work is super common about why your hip flexors have issues. And so now, holding that, now we can add even a little bit more of a leg reach. And you should feel like you can still breathe with this. These are great warm-up exercises before you pop in to a full workout if you have trouble breathing while you're doing it. You'll notice that your breath isn't quite as large as you're doing a harder abdominal workout. It's because you need more of your abs for the actual move. And so you won't breathe as deeply, and that's okay. But the key is that you're not using a breath hold for your trunk stability with the abdominal exercise. And that's how you know that you can breathe and do your exercise at the same time. Because otherwise, as we go through our technical sections on the trail, as we go through our long drawn out climbing, the technical sections, you probably will hold your breath a little bit. That's okay, because your abs need to do a little bit more. But the key is that you don't have to hold it through all of it. You hold it for bits and pieces, but it's not something that's a necessity for you to do the entire technical move, because we need to be breathing through that. And after the full technical move, we don't want to be trying to catch up on the breath. And so bits and pieces of where you use your abdominal muscles, use your core a little bit more, that's key for you to actually perform the task, perform the move. But you should still be able to breathe as it lessens off here and there. And that's where balance work, track stands, and using your balance with your core all come into play. I hope this was super helpful for you in being able to go through. So just as a recap, doing it where you're understanding how to relax. And where you're understanding how to engage and then breathe. Then going from that onto your back, where you're doing more of the tabletop hold and also the leg reach out. If this was interesting to you and or gives you inkling into other different exercises that you would like to try, I'd urge you to check out the Ride Life team. That's my monthly membership that gives exercises similar to this to help you ride with support and to really target and help you with moving forward on your bike. Cheers, y'all.